Honorable Minister for Cultural Affairs, Information Technology, Government of Maharashtra, man of the moment, who has always been very supportive of the media and entertainment industry, Advocate Shri Ashish Shelarji, Chairman FICCI M&E Committee, CEO of GeoStar, Kevin Voss, Anand Goenka ji, Ashish Kulkarni ji, Sandhya, and our matinee idol, Ayushman Khurrana. All the office bearers of FICCI, members of the industry, leaders, partners, creators, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar, good morning, each one of you. I think this is not mine. I think this, can you just push it here? Friends, it's indeed it's a privilege that I'm here standing before you at the 25th edition of FICCI Frames. And last year when I joined this ministry, I had the occasion to be part of FICCI Frames, I think within a fortnight. And believe me, FICCI Frames was the moment of learning for me, and the seeds of waves were actually sown here in FICCI Frames. I still remember we're sitting here and we're looking at creating this mega movement which Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji had envisioned in the year 2019, and then we started doing the building blocks, and eventually we could deliver waves. And our Honorable Prime Minister during waves made a very important observation. Call it observation, call it a call to action, but what he actually said is very profound. He said that India's orange economy is not merely about entertainment, it is about ideas and imagination, about turning our cultural strengths into creative energy that inspires the world. I don't know, that's how when the tagline for Waves was to be approved, multiple options were given, and from so many options came one option right from our Prime Minister's mind, which was connecting creators, connecting countries. So he actually considers media and entertainment to be pivotal to not just connecting the creators that all of us are sitting in this room are, but at the same time, it also is a way to connect the countries. And in a sense, it's about spreading the soft power of each one of us across the world. And I'm pretty happy here that today we are celebrating the 25th year. This is the power of India's creative economy, and these 25 years of evolution and the limitless possibilities that now lie ahead. Friends, FICCI Frames began its journey 25 years back. So it's indeed a landmark time. And our media landscape has undergone a completely disruptive and a quiet revolution. Now that we stand today, satellite television then just started. It started to shape our living rooms. Multiplexes started coming in, and they started to become the driving point for cinemas in our country. And I think offshoots and first wave of digital transformation had also started way back in 2000. Then over the next quarter century, you had a lot of pivotal moments. Indian creators are becoming global storytellers. Films like Lagan, Slumdog Millionaire carried India's narrative to the Oscars. Dangal broke records in China. Then Bahubali came, RRR came, followed by Elephant Whisperers. And it actually showed that Indian stories could stir hearts across continents. And the recent success of Kantara proves the point that actually we have Biren sitting here, right here, architects of this great movie. And you know, the successes of all these movies actually tells us that we have large number of stories which are still waiting to be told. And as was pointed out by Honorable Prime Minister, we actually have 10,000 stories. We have only told 25 so far. So I think there is a huge scope for us to take these stories to the world and across continents, because these stories can definitely stir hearts. At the same time, in between also came a lot of independent films. NFDC produced Lunchbox. Court also redefined subtlety and realism. And now that you have large number of new age creators across the length and breadth of our country, across small towns, mafuzal towns, villages, on digital platforms, all these digital platforms are giving voices to many stories that are coming in from small towns and unheard corners of our country. And friends, in this age and times, Indian creators have actually proved that our stories now can transcend language. We have a huge linguistic diversity, large number of languages, and now you have stories being told in multiple languages, because one language that is common across human civilization is the language of emotions, which is what all these stories convey. So friends, from silver screens to small screens, that's been a journey of these 25 years. And I think this actually is a journey of our media and entertainment landscape as well. So the journey of FICCI frames actually coincides with the evolution of the India's media and entertainment landscape as well. In 2000, when it all started, the total size of the industry was around 25,000 crore. Now we are close to about 2.5 trillion, 2.5 lakh crores, growing over tenfolds in 25 years. And this growth has actually been powered by creativity, technology, and the entrepreneurial spirit of all our young people. And film and television still remain the backbone of the sector, and the reach is huge. 80 crore people every day. That's the reach. I don't think any other country in the world, any other nation in the world would be able to cover these numbers. Digital media has actually become the fastest growing segment, growing at almost twice the rate at which our economy grows. And it's also driven by the world's most affordable data and a mobile first country, mobile first population. Music and radio, you're there, Aishman. Radio still continue to unite the nation, from playlists on streaming apps to local community radio stations. It still has huge following. On the other side, you have the print media. Despite this huge digital onslaught, but print media still remains credible and resilient. Arun Puri ji is sitting right here, and print media still remains the backbone for any credible information that we intend to obtain. The AVGC XR segment, the animation, visual effects, gaming, comics, extended reality sector, is emerging as the next frontier. And it's growing at a very handsome 30% annually. Honorable Prime Minister also spoke about the concerts economy and is laying a huge emphasis on creating a vibrant concerts economy sector. In fact, we're looking at doubling the concert economy, and we have a lot of our icons who are now performing globally, likes of Diljit Singh, Arijit Singh, they're performing to packed stadiums worldwide. A lot of concerts happening, which has huge direct and indirect impact on the economy. And I think that's one segment which I think again deserves our attention. And we're trying to do a lot of things to ease the process of setting up concerts in our country. Friends, this sector is huge. This employs more than 8 million people directly. And believe me, it will be like millions of people indirectly. From a cinema hall to a club boy, from a cable operator to a stringer on the road. You have large number of people dependent on this sector, not just for information, but this sector is equally important for the economy of our country. So it's actually not an industry. While this was the main demand when FICCI frame started, and believe me now, it has the stature, it has all the designs and makings of an industry, but actually this is the ecosystem of dreams that brings together art, technology, and above all, aspirations. So friends, India is one of the largest content creators. Our content travels to over 200 countries. Thanks to all our partners here, Netflix, Amazon, Amazon Prime, JioStar. All this content is now moving across the world, crossing streams, crossing waves, and it's getting subtitled. It's getting subtitled in multiple languages, getting dubbed in multiple languages. And I think all this is ensuring that our stories get the medium it deserves. And it's also helping us, carry our soft power. Soft power in terms of the stories that we have, the stories of yoga, the stories of dance, stories of our past, stories that can connect people and connect civilizations. So where are we now? I mean, what are the challenges that lie ahead of us? I think importantly, it will always be to balance growth with responsibility, because this segment is not just about making money. It's about, creating mind spaces, forming opinions. It's important that this growth comes with great responsibility. As they say, Sanskari OTT is considered as an important aspect of our lives. And to that extent, the creative economy does stand at crossroads. It also requires a lot of collective action. There are issues of platforms, fair distribution of revenues, so that the content creators get their due. There are issues in terms of misinformation and fake news, because this does erode public trust. And a lot of us have opinions on this matter, but I think I can tell you that fundamental right of expression under Article 19(1) lies at the heart of our Constitution, and all of us know how powerful this is, and it's important that it does not get eroded because of some people trying to monetize that content and generating clickbait and fake material on the net. There are issues in terms of, as I was mentioning, piracy, because intellectual property lies at the core of any creative process, and it's important that the content creator is able to monetize the value that comes out, because if that doesn't happen, you will never get the content coming out in an open economy. So it's important that piracy also deserves equal attention. We have been paying, we have also created groups, we have also made working groups, we have also brought in Motion Pictures Association, Producers Guild, and now we are creating an application through which pirated material would, because it has implications for our national security, it has implications for money laundering, and it's also coming in from offshore accounts. So it's important that piracy deserves the kind of attention which is being given now. And while I cited all these concerns, believe me friends, these are not obstacles, these are only reminders that our creative process should grow, but should also grow responsibly. Yes, while these challenges are there, opportunities, huge. This is the next golden age of Indian creativity, as was being pointed out by previous speakers. AVGC XR has huge potential. We need to convert India into the world's content production hub, from animation for Hollywood to gaming for global audiences. Artificial intelligence is becoming a huge disruptor for this segment. It's very important that we minimize the damage it might cause and harness the gains that are going to come out of this technology. 5G direct to mobile is also another important segment which is going to redefine how our content is consumed within our country. International collaborations and co-productions is very important. The Prime Minister of UK is coming to Mumbai tomorrow. He's also visiting Yashraj Studios, and Minister Saab was referring to endless possibilities that exist for co-productions to happen. We have co-production treaties with close to 17 countries. We have incentives being offered, and it's important that filmmakers look at these treaties, look at these incentives, create content that can cater to the audiences on both sides. And I think that's what is important here. We might think that we have a great story, but this story has to be international story if it has to travel the borders. And I think that's where some of these things will come into play. Honorable Prime Minister has been laying a huge emphasis on this segment, and believe me, he's trying to make efforts, and Government of India is trying to make efforts to consistently create enabling environment for this sector to thrive. And this is being done through policy support, through institutional support, and also global outreach. And it's in this context, this global outreach context, that World Audiovisual and Entertainment Summit, all of you are aware of it. Mumbaikas definitely know it, because our Chief Minister Saab and Minister Saab ensured that entire city was painted with waves when waves happened. And believe me, you made a huge statement. Few days back, our Minister Saab, Ashwini Vaishnavji, was mentioning that one of the ministers of a very important country, first world, as they call them, used to call them then, he said that I came to India with an understanding that I'm coming to a country and I'll see a third world level effort. But now I'm going back and I know that it is much beyond the first world level. And I think that huge credit goes to the government of Maharashtra for hosting and organizing Waves at a level at which it was. And believe me, friends, the idea was that Waves should become a platform for bringing together the global creative economy. It's going to be a biennial event. It's going to happen in 2027. But the process of Waves is going on. As the Prime Minister said, Waves is not an event. Waves is a movement. Waves, by definition, mean that it starts when the old wave ends, and an old wave gives birth to a new wave. That's how he coined it, and that's how the inaugural edition has happened. And now we have series of events happening. Waves Bazaar events are happening everywhere. We had a recent event in Melbourne. We had an event in Busan. We had an event in Toronto. We had an event in multiple other countries. We are also having Waves Bazaar event everywhere. Now our creators are taking their content outside, and that's how ideas are meeting opportunity, and passion is becoming paisa. Craft is becoming commerce. So to that extent, Waves Bazaar is a great help. Wave X is another initiative that's doing rounds. It's our effort for creative startups to get access to mentorship. And very happy to tell you that WaveX has already started now in the Indian Institute of Creative Technology. Our CEO is here, right here. They also have a booth outside. And Indian Institute of Creative Technologies, the NFDC campus of which has already been started by the Minister and the Chief Minister. And the campus is already there. And we have also issued the tenders for the new campus to begin. And hopefully the tender work will start from December. And hopefully 2028 is when we intend to start the first class in the new campus at Goregaon. And that's also of great essence. Then we also have the Create in India challenges. These innovations and these challenges covered more than 1 lakh creators. And then we have the final 700 of them who had come to Waves. And now we are making efforts to ensure that each one of them is incubated and supported to go to go higher up in the value chain. India Cine Hub is our digital single window system. Somebody was mentioning to me that some of the countries' subsidy amounts are not being returned or whatever. But now in our country, we have at least ensured that we have an online system for not just giving them permissions, for ensuring that the money is returned as promised. And India Cine Hub is not just for international collaborations to come in. India Cine Hub is now being used even by Indian producers who want to get access to multiple things that are required for doing shootings, etc. in our country. All the states are onboarded on the India Cine Hub, and I would request all of you to make use of that. We are also recrafting India Cine Hub to ensure that it also becomes a single window platform for concerts. Because you also require multiple permissions for concerts. That's one area which requires a lot of reforms. So we are going to be starting the beta version by October end, so that we don't lose this concert seasons which starts from November. And that will also give a huge fillip to the concert economy sector. Indian Institute of Creative Technology, as was mentioned by Kevin, has already started. The campus is there, and I would request each one of you to visit the campus. I'll also request each one of you to, bring in your employees to, do some reskilling. The course design is being done by all the esteemed members. Biren is here, Ashish is here, and all of them have been trying to make this institution, which again is not Government of India. It's a very unique model. Indian Institute of Creative Technology is owned by FICCI and CII, 52%. So it's actually industry's own effort. Government of Maharashtra and Government of India has the remaining 48%. So it's owned by the industry. And I would request each one member of the industry to look at the courses being offered, try and send your employees there, get them upskilled. If you have startup, if you don't have a space, you require an incubation infrastructure, it's available in IICT. We have also got hold of a good technology infrastructure. We have also got tie-ups with multiple technology brands in the country. So you can all you make use of that for startups to be incubated, not just in IICT, but we also have multiple institutions. We have 3 film and television institutes in Pune, Kolkata and Itanagar. You can make use of them. We also have 6 Indian Institutes of Mass Communication available for the media and entertainment industry. We have also got tie-ups with multiple incubation partners across the country, the likes of T-Hub, Indian Institute of Technologies, etc. So I think this whole process of incubating media and entertainment startups can move at pace now. We are also trying to look at reforms in the broadcasting segment. We understand there are pains there in the market because of technological disruptions. We are also looking at reforms for DTH, for television segment. We are also looking at multiple other segments to bring in reforms, all announced by the Honorable Prime Minister during the Independence Day speech this year. So each segment is now being looked at as to how we can bring in reforms so that India could become the world's most vibrant, ethical, and innovative creative economy. So, friends, I'm very happy to be here, very happy to be at FICCI Frames, and very happy that it's a Silver Jubilee year. And Silver Jubilee year also always gives us the inspiration to look at the next 25 years. So, again, a pivotal moment for all of us that we are looking at the next 25 years where ideas can become enterprise, where technology enhances, not replaces Indian and human creativity. And it's a call to the industry, innovate fearlessly and tell stories that uplift. Call to the investors, believe in the promise of Indian creativity. Call to the creators and artists, continue your journey to shape India's cultural narrative with courage and conscience. We are deeply committed to supporting this vibrant sector. not just as a regulator, but as an enabler, as a collaborator, and a believer in its vast potential. Let us frame the next quarter century of Indian media and entertainment together. One that is bold in creativity, fair in conduct, and global in impact. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.